Guys, this is my Nexus 7 in my Nissan X-Trail. For the American folks, it's the Nissan Rogue. This is a 2005 model. I think in the States they started making them in 2007, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but I know the X-Trail was just a Canadian model, and like Australian, Middle East, all that good stuff. Not in the States though. So I bought this car not too long ago, and where you see the tablet here, there was a doubled-in deck that was a cassette CD player, CD changer, and honestly, I didn't have any aux or Bluetooth or anything like that. So I wanted to have navigation. I do a lot of traveling out of the city and all that stuff, and it's good to have, you know, for distance and speed and all that stuff. So I like having GPS with me, and I didn't want to spend $800+ on like a Kenwood or a Pioneer or whatever. So I figured, you know, I have an X7 at home, the 2013 model. It's a Wi-Fi model version. It was at home. I barely used the thing, so I was like, you know what, I might as well put that in the car. And I've seen it done before. Nobody ever did it in an X-Trail, but I figured it can't be that hard. So what I ended up doing, I'm gonna try and turn on a light. This light's been giving me problems here. Anyway, so as you can see, it's factory doubled in. So what I ended up doing was I took out the stock deck. This whole trim piece comes out in one, and so that the tablet's in there, I actually two-way tape the 3M stuff, very nice and thick. Put that in there. You know, sat it just to place it. It looked good. After that was all said and done, I put hot glue all around the tablet itself to, you know, for better, because I don't want to go like tap it and have the thing fall in. So it's hot glued in there, and there's also two L brackets behind the tablet that's also hot glued and two-way taped onto the back of the tablet, and then I just have it screwed into the vents on the corner there. So yeah, so for power, I'm running a USB cable that goes into this little chubby I have right here. I don't know. Again, you can see the ring for the USB charger that's there. I bought it off of Amazon. I don't know what the name of it is. I will put the name of it inside the description. It's a 4.2 amp, so it's running actually both my tablet, which keeps it at 100% charge all the time, which is pretty great. Can't get the thing to focus, but there it is. So it keeps it 100% all the time with the screen on. I use it for music, navigation, you name it. Sometimes internet. But we'll get on. We'll get into that later on. So it's also powering my. I have two right now. I'm just testing the other one out, but this is my primary one that stays in the car. I have that powered off that same USB dongle or charger in the dash. So yeah, so let's get right into it. Right here, factory. So this was, like I said, I was saying, this was a doubled-in CD cassette player, and then down here was just actually a hole that had a chubby, so you can put like your sunglasses or wallet or whatever. So I ripped that out, and I bought a JVC deck with Bluetooth, and I made sure I got the USB and the whatever in the back, because I don't want anything sticking out, you know, make it kind of look OEM. So I got the USB, the aux, all that stuff in the back of the unit, and I have them routed to my glove box. So originally I was using aux for the tablet and the deck, but now I've been using Bluetooth. It actually sounds a lot better. I was getting a little bit of noise through the aux. You know, you can hear it through your speakers with the engine whine and all that stuff. And it's winter time, it's cold. I don't want to deal with it, so I've just been doing Bluetooth, because this has the music streaming option, AD or A2DP, whatever it's called. But anyway, so yeah, so that's been great. It auto connects. So on with it. So navigation, I've been using iGo. I use Google Maps every now and then for the traffic, all that good stuff. But for the primary, because this is an offline version, so I don't have to keep my phone tethered, whatever, if I'm just going to work, you know, in the city or whatever, and I don't need my my internet, so I don't have to, you know, sit there and turn on my Wi-Fi, all that crap. So that's navigation. For music, I'm using Power Amp which I absolutely love. And since it is Bluetooth, I can change the song track. So if I have my GPS up, for example, so full screen, so instead of having, you know, to minimize it, then go into music player or put a widget or whatever and then change the song, whatever, instead of doing all that, that's why another reason why I want to use Bluetooth. So now I can just change the song track from the actual deck itself. And if you notice, it will come up with I don't know why it's not focusing, but it will come up with the soundtrack, all that stuff underneath. And that is actually a program called Track Announcement, or Announcer, I think it's called. Yeah, Track Announcer. I bought the pro version. It was like a couple bucks. The guy is extremely nice, the developer. It wasn't working for me for a little while, so I emailed him, and you know, he sent me a whole bunch of APKs and betas and stuff, and like the guy was awesome. He responded like within half an hour. And so yeah, so I've been so that's been working great since. You can also have it talk, so it'll actually announce the artist track and artist, and it's actually really cool. I have that turned off though, because it gets kind of annoying if you're changing songs and it's constantly saying now playing, whatever. But it's a sweet feature when you're in full screen navigation. You know, you change the track, it tells you what's playing. So again, I don't know why it's not really focusing on my screen, but anyways, so before I got into all that, I should have said that I'm using Tasker to control the power and all that good stuff. So I have a whole bunch of tasks going, or profiles, just say. So I have power any, so power on, power off. So once the unit gets power, it boots it up, and it goes to, you know, constantly screen on. You know, it turns on my Bluetooth, connects it. It launches my power amp, which is what I have right now. So you can do a whole bunch of stuff. It's a little advanced, so yes, there is a learning curve to it. And if you haven't used Tasker before, just YouTube tutorials, Google it. I can't get into that right now. It'll take way too long. But yeah, the program's called Tasker. Buy it. It's a great program. If you haven't heard of it, trust me, you want to get into it. It's incredible what you can do with the program. So I have Tasker, like I said, when you power it on, turns on my Bluetooth, it connects it, it launches my my power amp, my display is on constantly, you know, all that good stuff. And then when when there's no power to the tablet anymore, so it kills all, like you see here, you have all these, again, you can't really see them, but it kills all the apps that I would have opened. So it kills them completely. It puts it in hibernate, so which is greenify, so it kills all the apps. Display, I changed it to 15 seconds, so the screen turns off 15 seconds. And then I have it also set after 15 minutes, if there's no power again, it will shut down the tablet completely. In the summertime, I turn that feature off, but in the wintertime, the cold just ruins your battery, so you can't leave it on standby. When it's off and it turns back on, I have no problems with battery, it stays at 100%, but when it keeps it at standby, it just ruins the battery. Okay, I also have Tasker. I have one that's called a profile called from this time to this time. So I have, because the sensor for the screen, the brightness sensor, is now behind the frame, so it can't detect the sun on any of that stuff. So I have Tasker set up for screen brightness from 1630, so which is 4:30 p.m. 4:30 p.m. till 9 a.m. The brightness is on minimal, and then from 9 a.m. till 4:30 in the afternoon, the brightness is on. It gets dark really quick here. That's why it's going up to 4:30. So I'll change that during the summertime. But so from 9 a.m. till 4:30, the brightness is at 100% when the sun's out and all that stuff. So, which is kind of cool. Before I put that feature in or added that feature, it would really suck driving at home, or you turn the car on in the night and the thing is just blaring at 100%. It blinds you. So you definitely don't want that. So that's pretty simple for Tasker. I don't want to go into too many advanced. There's a lot of people that do a whole bunch of stuff with it, but I want to keep it simple and clean because it could get messy too if you don't know what you're doing. So make sure, like I said, look into those tutorials, all that good stuff. So for telephone, I have a Canadian carrier called Rogers. I don't use that feature, but there's an app called Rogers One, and you can text and all that stuff from the app itself. Again, but you have to have your Wi-Fi connected to it. Again, I don't use it very often. File Explorer is ES Explorer. It's good to have FTP site and all that stuff for work. I use it a lot. Local, so when I copy my music over from a USB stick. By the way, I have the OTG cable with power plugged in, and I have the USB portion going to the glove box and the power over to the power over here. But the thing I noticed about it, because of my because I'm running CyanogenMod on this, and for some reason, I guess they don't really support power over OTG or whatever the case may be. When I have the USB plugged in and the tablet turns on, the tablet doesn't receive power. It's getting power and all that stuff. It might be the something to do with the actual ROM itself. So I'm not sure, but it's fine with me. I mean, what you can do, it's a 32 gig version. So what I do is I copy the music that I want, the newer stuff, onto the tablet. So after it boots up, I plug the USB in, open up File Explorer, copy and paste them, then unplug it, then you're all set to go. But again, I use a lot of TuneIn Radio and Spotify, which I just started using. We just got that in Canada actually not too long ago. So I've been using that a lot. I have a 6 gig data plan on my phone. So, and then there's icon for Spotify, and then the radio is TuneIn Radio. So I do use it a lot. TuneIn is nice for when I'm driving long drives. Again, I leave town a lot for work. So, if I can't watch a football game, I can listen to it. Most of the time I can find them on TuneIn. And Spotify is great, old school hip hop, all that stuff that you like. And I mean, if you really want, you can get Sirius Radio and you can put it into your deck if you really want. And then diagnostics is Torque Pro. Again, make sure you buy these apps, guys. Support these people. I mean, the price of apps is the price of a coffee, you know what I mean? So they're not that expensive. So I have Torque. I have a OBD2 Bluetooth dongle plugged into my car. This thing is pretty awesome. Again, you set it up through your Bluetooth. It only connects when the app is launched, and once you see that little symbol there for the car not blinking anymore, it means connected. And if you look at my rev count now, so if I rev it up, you'll see it move up. So the thing I like the most about this, honestly, I don't use this program that much. It's it's a 4-banger, nothing, you know what I mean? Guys that have turbos, or they wanna keep an eye on their temperature gauge, like on a newer Beamers, for example, they don't have temperature gauges, all that stuff. So it's nice to have. So I use this mostly only for if I ever get a check engine light. I can clear it, I can check what it is, if it's for whatever reason. Also, if you go into real time, it shows you, again, it shows your revs, your speed, your coolant temperatures, acceleration, throttle, all that good stuff. So, and there's my music changing, your vacuum, throttle. So it's kind of cool. It's again, I barely use it, but it's nice to have. You can do graphs, you can see how much gas you're spending, all that stuff. So it's a pretty sweet program. Again, it'll be used a lot more if I had this in a different car. And then emails, again, if you had a red light and your phone dings, there's an email, you can check it, which is, I don't recommend doing that while you're driving, obviously, but yeah, so you get all that stuff. So it's kind of good, only if you're connected through your hotspot on your phone. I did have originally a Nexus 2012 in here that had the SIM card, but I was actually, it stopped turning on one day, and it was supposed to be a simple fix. I think something to do with the power cable. I messed it up because I had it all. I was doing a whole bunch of crap with it prior to, so I knew what the problem was. But when I was ripping it out, I pulled on it and it cracked the screen. So my brother donated this to me a couple years back, or when he first got it, because he got the LTE version, so he gave me this one. And like I said, I wasn't using it very much, so I put it in here. The 2012 version fit perfectly in here. The 2013 also fat, but it was a bit longer, so I kind of have to shave just a little tiny bit of the vent on the one side. But for the cable, I used a 90-degree USB cable. So make sure you do that. You can't plug a straight one in because they are on the corners right around this side here. But yeah, I'm also using for launcher. I'm using a Nova launcher. I know a lot of people are probably going to ask me about my setup, how I have it looking here. So this is just a regular background. This is only a picture. I don't have a special launcher. I'm just using Nova launcher, which is just an advanced launcher is all it is. And then these, navigation, telephone, file explorer, all these I made on Photoshop. They're not a package, icon pack that I downloaded. They are actually made on Photoshop. So you download a whole bunch of icons, you know, and then you make your own words and you save it as PNGs. And then same thing with the Nissan symbol here. That is not, you know, it's not on the screen. Like, as you can see, I'm moving it around. It's all it is a PNG file. And same thing with all these. They're all the same thing. So I don't get questions and people say, well, no, you're lying to us or something. These are all just icons that I made on Photoshop and I placed them. So how to make that PNG file as an icon? You use a program called Desktop, where are you? Desktop Visuals, I believe. Something like that. Yeah, Desktop Visuals. And then you can select your image. You tell it select action, what do you want to do. You can label it. I erase all the labels. And then that's it. You hit OK. So by doing that, you go like this. So you go, you hold down the home screen somewhere. You add a widget. When you go add widget, it will show you desktop visual there, or visualizer, or whatever the hell you want to call it. And then you add it. Then you select the image and you select the app, and that's it. Done. And then so I'm going to delete this here just to give you guys an idea. That's just my weather one. So if you notice, my background changes as well from this to, so that's a program called, I think, 5 Desktop or something like that. Yeah, 5 Wallpaper. So this is a free app. I'm just using the basic model. I think there's a paid version as well. So you select the 2 images that you want to use. You selected the effects that you want. So I have like a slider, you know. So it looks kind of cool. But yeah. So and then, you know, and I just have the ones I use mostly. And in the bottom, I just have like download, calculator, email again, Gmail, Spotify, my bank account, app, drive, this program here, which I use for my fuel. Actually, I don't even know what it's called, to be honest with you. I forget now. Fuel log. Of course, it's not going to focus. Anyways, it's called fuel log. And then every fill up, when I go, it just keeps a track of how much fuel you filled up. And I mean, it's just something I like to do, right? It's not like anything mandatory. And the tablet's always in here, so why not, right? And at the end of the month or the year or whatever, you can go to stats. It'll tell you what was your best fuel usage and how much money you've spent so far. You can add whatever. So I'm not going to get into that, but if you can look to it, it's pretty cool. I have the Nissan. You click on it to go into settings. Also, same thing. Use the desktop visualizer. It's not that hard to do. It is very time consuming to get the icons perfect. I've probably redone each one like 17,000 times to get them to fit in perfectly into here. And then through Nova Launcher, you can, where is Nova Launcher? Nova settings. So in here you change the desktop to, you know, your home screens and your icons, how many, where are you? Icon sizes. No, not that. There's one setting you do have to change in here, so you're able to I don't remember now. It's been a while. Anyways, it's like the Y and the Y and the X. Desktop grid, I believe, actually. Yes, it is. So you want to change that to 10 and 10. You can make it bigger, but what that does, it gives you way more, you know, so you can extend it, make it wider. You can go file, resize, and make it as big as you want. And that's how I actually got them to fit on perfectly like that. So that's what you want to do. Again, so I mean, it's very straightforward. It's very basic. I don't want anything complicated. I don't want to be, you know, going through this when I'm driving, right? So, and I don't, most of the things I use are right here. Again, navigation and my music player are the two main thing I use. Nothing more, nothing else. And please, please, I'm begging you, do not watch videos and YouTube and all that crap while you're driving. If you're pulled over, waiting for somebody to pick them up, somebody's late at a doctor's office or whatever, go for it. Feel free. You know, go crazy. But when you're driving, I don't care if it's for your passengers or whatever, it's going to distract you as a driver. Do not do it, please. So I can't recommend that enough. Don't touch your friggin' phones either. So, because I'm almost seeing people, you know, driving next to me on their friggin' phone texting. Don't do it. Music player. Anyways, I'm not going to be your mom or your dad, so. But, you know, I've seen people get in accidents, and it's not fun for anybody. So anyway, so yeah, music player you can swap with your finger. You know, you don't have to sit there and press those little buttons. You got visual IQ or EQ, sorry, IQs. But yeah, so the tablet is great in here. Like I said, navigation, music, all you want. You know, diagnostics. It's a great tool to have in here. You know, email, file explorer, ES Explorer, all that good stuff. So this thing's come in handy big time for me. But anyways, thank you for watching. If you have any questions, please do leave them in the comment section below. I will be happy to help you out or answer them if I can. And yeah, to the next one. Thanks, guys.